Hey guys, how's it going? Eli here, back with another video where today's topic we're going to be having a conversation on my top picks for items not to currently invest in and to wait a little bit before you decide to jump in. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So as always, letting people know we're doing weekly giveaways. All you have to do to enter is be subscribed to the channel, leave a like and comment down below on any one of the 3 videos we post each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We just surpassed 1K, which was our last goal. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm currently in the process of trying to get monetized, and I wouldn't be able to have been able to get to this point without all of you. Our current opportunities to win, you get 3 winners. Each winner will get 8 Fusion Strike booster packs, and of course, once Brilliant Star comes out, that's the new pack that'll transition into the prize. And then of course, as we get to our next milestone, which will be 2,500 subscribers. Sounds like a big goal, but to be honest with you guys, we've been absolutely soaring recently, and I can't thank you guys enough for it. But we'll be giving away 12 packs, full booster box, in other words, to all of you guys, are the 3 winners. And of course, you can leave a comment down below and like on any of the 3 videos, which allows you for up to 3 entries. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting video, so I want to make sure that I'm very clear on what I'm saying when it comes to these specific items. I've had actually a lot of these items I've been asked, should I invest in this? Is this a good investment? Yada, yada, yada. And so I want to kind of give my take on the specific top 5 or 6 items that I'm saying do not invest in right now. And I'm going to be giving my explanations behind why, as well as some news that actually recently happened that correlates to the topic in which we're going to be discussing. So the first items, and these are going to be 2, I'm going to kind of pair a little bit of them up. But the first 2 items we're going to be saying is not a good time, in my personal opinion, to buy is Rebel Clash booster boxes, as well as Sword and Shield base set booster boxes. So Rebel Clash booster boxes are going for around 180, 185. I won't show it on the screen right now because I kind of want to, make this video not forever, but the Sword and Shield booster box is going for around 220. So a couple of things I'm going to be talking about in regards to these specific boxes. That's going to predominantly be talking about what happened historically in the overall Pokemon trading card game meta. What do I mean by that? Well, of course, for those people that aren't aware, this is more than just a collectible card game. This is a game when it comes to just competing and playing an actual physical trading card game. And so with that being said, historically speaking, I've talked about this on many of my other videos. We've actually talked about this. I did a one video where I went in depth and looking at the history of, what Pokemon tends to do in regards to reprints. And so if you want to, you can check out some of my older videos in regards to that. But as far as it goes, I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis of that. Historically speaking, when it comes to rotational sets, and we're going to take a look at this small little page. So the 2020 standard format rotation will officially go into effect on September 10th, 2021. Just went into effect. Going forward, card legality will be linked to regulation markers rather than expansive releases. Starting with Sword and Shield series, cards have a letter at the bottom of the card regulation mark. For the 2022 season, cards with D and E regulation marks are legal for use. Of course, after the overall rotation occurs, then the D will no longer be in use, and it will transition to E and F being in use. So for those people that don't know what I'm talking about, if you look at this card, which is a Sword and Shield base card, you can see clearly right here that there is a D marker, which means that it is part of the D rotational set for competitive format, which this then, of course, tells us that more than likely, after the upcoming Pokemon Worlds tournament has completed, shortly after that, you're going to see Sword and Shield base as well as Rebel Clash go out of competitive rotation. Now, what have we seen historically with that? Unified Minds, Unbroken Bonds, both got reprints. Small reprints, not huge ones, but reprints nonetheless in 2020, right before Worlds. You also saw as well, and not even Worlds, because Worlds got canceled right before just the rotation. Then you also saw back during the time of Roaring Skies and Primal Clash, you saw a reprint happen back in January. I think it was 2016. You can, go back and correct me on that. I've talked about it in some of my videos before, and it was a very unexpected reprint because it was 2 years later. But the reason for the reprint was because the cards in and of themselves, specifically the Roaring Skies booster boxes, had gotten so expensive because the competitive cards were so viable and everyone was using them, and so they wanted to reprint that set so that people were able to afford to buy the cards for a lot more of an affordable price before the overall tournaments for Worlds happened. With that being said, obviously the Pokemon company has announced they're going to be trying to bring Worlds this year. And with that being said, I think that from an investment perspective, or if you are just someone who is a booster box collector and you want to get your hands on Rebel Clash and Sword and Shield, I advise that you wait until after the overall rotation for this upcoming competitive standard format. Because with that being said, the expectation for what we've seen historically every 2 years, there has been a reprint that is more than likely going to happen to the lead up of Pokemon Worlds. That could be next month, that could be as late as 2 months before August, aka June. And so as far as it goes, in my personal opinion, if I were you, I would wait before I really want to potentially put some capital in investing in or just picking up these booster boxes for my booster box collection. Of course, if you don't think that's going to happen, you can of course get in and invest right now. But of course, there comes a little bit of risk with that. Now, of course, with that being said, nothing is 100%. Everything at this point is just speculative, and I'm just basing everything off of what we've seen historically. And I could be 100% off base because as we've seen in local Walmarts, you've seen a huge pickup in Sword and Shield base set Elite Trainer boxes being shown up, which of course has given a lot of people access to the cards through the Elite Trainer boxes. You've seen Rebel Clash packs drastically go down since you've seen some Pokemon product, including sleeve blisters, showing up in stores such as Target and Walmart as well, which has caused a lot of the prices to go down. So with that being said, you've seen that kind of market of as far as individual cards go down, but we haven't seen that as far as booster box reprints. Is it of course possible, like I said before, that there's going to be a reprint within the next 4 to 5 months? Yes, of course, especially considering when you look at the Sword and Shield era standard sets, if we're not talking about, the Darkness Ablaze sets, not Darkness Ablaze, the Champions Path set, the Shining Fate set. When it comes to the overall just booster box sets, we have yet to see a reprint for these two sets. So in my personal opinion, I think it's likely. Of course, nothing's 100%. Please take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. However, if it were me, in my personal opinion and in my shoes, I'm going to wait until after Worlds to basically get in if they do decide not to reprint, because that is a risk that I'm willing to take. Because hypothetically speaking, if they get a reprint within the next 3 to 4 months, then that's going to be an amazing opportunity to come in at these booster boxes at great prices. If they don't, and I was wrong, then that's okay. I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to buy it shortly after Worlds has announced the official rotation, because then for me, that's kind of a safe area for me to say, okay, this is more than likely not going to get reprinted because it is no longer competitively viable. Of course, you can look at history and see sets like Hidden Fates, of course, where there's not that kind of there's kind of exceptions to that, but please be aware that Hidden Fates is not a competitively viable set. Of course, there are quote-unquote competitive cards, but it's more of a collector set. So I think there is sort of exceptions to this kind of rule that we've seen historically from the Pokemon company. So of course, like I said, doubling down, Rebel Clash, and Sword and Shield base. Next one we're going to be having a conversation about is X and Y Evolutions booster boxes. So in my personal opinion, I think that X and Y, and of course, this is just my personal opinion. You don't have to believe everything I say. X and Y booster boxes, in my personal opinion, are absolutely ridiculously high. Obviously, you're seeing right now that these booster box, it says unopened, is going for around $800. As we can see with recent sales, we can see that this is actually the lowest price sales for a straight up booster box. However, if you go on eBay and other sites, you can see it go for as low as $650. It's pushing around $600. In my personal opinion, Evolutions was one of those sets that really got into the hype during the 2020 bubble, because it was one of those sets that a lot of people really enjoyed because it did have that nostalgia kick, and because of that, demand for the set was really high. However, with that being said, if you want to take a look and see the individual value of the set itself, when taking a look at the Evolution set, the overall most expensive card in the set is the Charizard Holo, which is going for as high as around $50 to $60. Then you take a look at some of the next most expensive cards, $40, $27, $16. I mean, as far as it goes, guys, in just the individual set cards, they're not going for that much whatsoever. And if you want to pick up and complete the whole set in near mint condition, you can probably do it for under $300 to $400, which you might be saying to yourself, that's a lot. But if you look at a lot of these massive standard format sets, it's going to cost you $1,000+ typically to be able to afford to buy a full master set. And so to be able to pick up a lot of these cards for so cheap, And one of the reasons why that is because there has been such an overwhelming amount of, print for Evolutions, because it was a highly anticipated set in regards to the demand that was going to come with its release. Of course, with that being said, obviously not in correlation to booster boxes, but you can actually still go into Walmart's and you can find product that does have Evolutions packs in them. I was actually in Walmart a couple days ago, and one of the items that they had was a Zacian Zamazente like spring collection tin, and inside of it was a Burning Shadows, a Crimson Invasion, a Sword and Shield base, a Rebel Clash, and an Evolutions pack. So with that being said, I'm still able to go into my Walmart. Obviously not everyone's able to do that because Walmart is, still dealing with a lot of scalpers. Thankfully, mine has really started to root out the problem by making sure they monitor and ban people who are known for scalping. And with that being said, product has become more readily available. So my personal opinion with that being said is, the product is still shown in a lot of tins and other product. Of course, this isn't going to specifically correlate to booster boxes. However, with that being said, I think that once people start to realize how much of this product is truly out there, you're going to see that this was an absolute massive bubble in regards to the overall demand for the set. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw the Evolutions booster box go below $500. Of course, once again, take everything I say with a grain of salt, but I think the fact of the matter that it got to as high as $1,000, and literally, this was a booster box that was at $100 at one point, literally back in 2020. I remember I myself was looking at potentially buying these booster boxes. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, decided not to do it. But I was looking at buying them sometime in May of 2020. And then people were like, oh my God, it just went up to $300 in like June. And then, oh my God, it's at $600. And everyone's like freaking out because it kept going up and up. And so in my personal opinion, I think there's a little bit of a bubble for it. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw the price go down. Once again, I could be completely wrong with this, but as far as it goes, I'm going to personally be waiting another 6 months to a year, basically year's end of 2022, before I personally will decide if I think it's worth it. I want to try and get it to the realm of around $500. I think that's more of a fair market value than around $650. Of course, with that being said, if the market thinks I'm wrong and it ends up staying up, then that's, what the market decided. But I still think personally that this is a set that is completely overvalued. That doesn't mean it's not because the set is an unpopular set by any means, but it's just because the overall supply is so high, and with the current, downtrend that we've seen a lot in the market, I think it's going to have a lot bigger of a correction than most, because there's a lot of kind of people that are kind of taking a break from doing a lot of spending currently as the demand has started to decrease. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is we're going to be taking a look at Cosmic Eclipse booster boxes. Now, one of the reasons why I say Cosmic Eclipse booster boxes is currently not, and this is another thing I want to say as well. This is more than just for specifically Cosmic Eclipse booster boxes. This is my personal opinion, more for just Cosmic Eclipse packs in general. And the reason why I say this is because, as you guys are aware, back in December, there was a wave of Pokeball tins that just came out, and they had Cosmic Eclipse booster packs in it. With that, you saw the packs prices go down a little bit. You saw the card prices go down a little bit. Not a huge amount for like something that was like 50%, but it was like 20%, 10%. I think the packs at one point were going for as high as $15. I mean, we can take a look and see how much the current packs are going for right now. Cosmic Eclipse, I can't spell to save my life. So if we go and take a look at Cosmic Eclipse booster packs right now, we can see, let's go to sealed so we can see what is up. We can see that the current price for the Cosmic Eclipse booster packs is going for, it looks like, as low as $11. So as we've kind of seen, with that being said, pack prices at its peak were going for around $15. You've seen it go down a little bit. I remember before the actually Pokeball tin reprint that happened, whether you want to call it a reprint, whether you want to call it old package product that just surfaced up, I don't care. Either way, it's product going on the market. It was going for around $13. It's now $11. Obviously, like I said, it's about a 15 to 20% change, not a huge difference, but nonetheless, with that being said, and like I said, I'm gonna actually change kind of directions on this. I'm not gonna say the booster box, I'm gonna say more the packs, because the next thing I'm gonna tell you guys is there's going to be a wave 2. This is confirmed. Got this from my distributor. There's going to be wave 2 for the December Pokeball D21 tins, and these are more than likely, if we're expecting off of what happened with wave 1, going to have Cosmic Eclipse packs. I don't know how big the wave is. The expectation is it's going to be a similar size as wave 1. So with that being said, more than likely you're going to see these prices go below $10. So in my personal opinion, in regards to Cosmic Eclipse cards, in regards to Cosmic Eclipse packs, I think that I'm going to be personally waiting a little bit, because I think that the current price of Cosmic Eclipse is more than likely going to go down as more Cosmic Eclipse product is being put onto the market. Of course, with that being said, initially, like I had mentioned before, I was going to really center and focus this around the booster boxes, because of course we haven't seen a reprint for that set. Is it likely we're going to see a reprint for that set? More than likely no, but of course with that showing that they're still going to be putting out Cosmic Eclipse product in these Pokeball tins, it does really make you wonder if this is a set that is kind of going to play really into the same effect that Hidden Fates has in going past these kind of reprint dates for competitive viability, even though of course Cosmic Eclipse was a very competitively viable set with the Arceus deck. But with that being said, either way, I think packs and cards are going to go down. Speculatively speaking, I can't say on behalf of if the booster boxes are going to go down, but regardless of the fact of the matter, it's been holding up very strong in the general market, as we've seen a big old downtrend for the majority of Pokemon product. So for me, I'm going to be holding off on a lot of Cosmic Eclipse product, and that includes booster boxes, because like going off of kind of evolutions, I think there is still a little bit of an overinflation in regards to the set itself. So I'm going to be kind of waiting until the end of the year for that. All right, lastly, and this is going to be two product in particular, but this is the one that I'm going to really be focusing on, because this is one that people ask me a ton of the time. Do I think it's worth investing in Celebrations Collections Lance's Charizard V? Everyone asks me, Eli, it's a Charizard box. Do you think it's going to perform well? I do think it's a box that's going to perform very, very well. However, guess what? Just heard from my distributor literally 2 days ago, we are going to be having a Celebrations Wave 3 reprint coming out. Now, with that being said, what I have seen has been confirmed as it stands right now is you're going to be having the Lance's Charizard as well as the Sylveon boxes. So the Collection V boxes are going to be reprinted, as well as the chest ones with like the Mimikyu as well as the Toxtricity. So the Collection chest as well as the Celebration Collection V boxes are the two ones that, as far as I know, are going to be reprinted. Of course, everyone's going to be asking me, are Ultra Premium Collections going to be reprinted? I can't confirm that. I wouldn't be surprised, of course, if they did expand on that and print more Ultra Premium Collections, whether it be now or whether it be in the future. But what I can tell you specifically is these two items are confirmed. And specifically speaking, I've had a lot of people tell me, Eli, is Lance's Charizard V going to perform well? Yes, I do think it is. But in my personal opinion, I would say wait until more than likely the end of the month before I would get in, because you're going to see these prices absolutely go down drastically, in my personal opinion, with the second wave coming out. Not to mention the fact of the matter, my distributor actually was selling them to me at lower prices than what I had on the initial first wave, which really goes to show you how much the demand has gone down. So this will be a really good opportunity in the next, couple of weeks to month to be able to pick this up. Obviously, a lot of the product that I've been talking about has been more of wait 6 years to a month before I personally think it's worth it. But I think in regard to the Lance's Charizard as well as the chest Celebrations Collection item, this is more or less just wait a month, because these products are about to get reprinted. So and the same concept kind of applies even if the Ultra Premium Collection does not see a reprint. I saw someone the other day listing on a Facebook forum that they were trying to get rid of a Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection for $200 shipped. With that being said, of course, I don't know how well of a reputable individual this is, but I know the site or the marketplace group that I'm a part of is very reputable, and the individuals that sell on it typically sell often without being banned. So I would assume that the individual who was selling it was a reputable seller. But with that being said, it just really goes to show you that the demand for the market has still gone down, and there's still so much Celebrations product that is available, and I don't see a lot of the product really turning around and seeing any sort of like gains in the near, couple of months to a year, in my personal opinion, before you really start to see real growth on the investment value in regards to some of the Celebration product. Of course, with that being said, like I said many times before, and I'll keep saying this again, I do think it's a very good investment opportunity. I do believe in Celebrations long term. But as far as it goes right now for these two specific products, I'm going to say wait for a couple weeks to a month before you get in, because the market is going to realize that this product is now coming out, and it's going to absolutely, in my personal opinion, take a massive hit in the overall value for the Lance's Charizard as well as the Sylveon box. Now, as far as it goes, these are the main items that I have talked about, and these are the main ones that I'm saying personally I would stay away from if it were me. Of course, you can do whatever you want. If you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments if there's something you want to have a conversation about. I am more than happy to talk about that on one of my upcoming videos. But today's focus was mainly talking about the 3 things in the overall wrap-up for this video. It's going to be 1, looking at the overall rotational format and why I think that is a factor for why I'm not investing in Rebel Clash as well as Sword and Shield base at the current moment. 2, taking a look at evolutions as well as Cosmic Eclipse. These packs are not only still available in some stores such as Walmart and Target, but on top of that as well, specifically with Cosmic, we are seeing that there is going to be a reprint that is going to be included in the D21 Wave 2 Pokeballs. And then lastly, talking about once again the celebrations, Lance's Charizard as well as the Sylveon, Dark Sylveon V, of course, as well as the Treasure Chest Collection Box. These are items that are going to be reprinted and should hit the market literally starting this week. So as far as it goes, that is another item that I will not be picking up for at least another month. So those are my items. That is my wrap up. And of course, as always, please make sure to leave a like, comment down below on our videos, as well as be subscribed to the YouTube channel if you want to be entered into our weekly giveaways. You just, like I said, leave a comment down below and like the video on any of the 3 we post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Enters yourself in to be one of 3 lucky winners who will be earning 8 Fusion Strike booster packs. Like I said before, I can't thank you guys enough for finally allowing us to hit that 1,000 mark. I say finally as if it didn't take us like to be honest, like this channel has been really going live for about since June, but from the start of November all the way until now, I gained 900 subs in like 3 months. So the overall growth that I've had recently has been amazing. So can't thank you guys enough. Like I said, next mark is 2,500 subscribers. I think we're gonna crush that mark within the next 3 months or so. And so with that being said, like I said, just leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I can't thank you guys enough. And so I'm going to keep doing my best to give back as much as I can, because I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. Now, that is all I have for today's video. Until then, I will see you guys on Friday. Peace.